I gotta log in myself. Go. I'm good. Where's the,
Doug, you're gonna have to provide me with a schedule of when the
Where's
lights
the,
are on, when the lights are off.
so you can exit out of this?
I'm very confused.
There you go. Okay, that's what, and I think
There's the mute.
there's the mute right
The
there.
last month.
Okay.
Okay. I use that. Thank you. I'll see you in a few.
Liz, you might have to move Joe Jackson over as a panelist.
Get out a little bit.
I'll look. Joe Jackson's a panelist now.
There he is.
It's helpful.
God bless.
We're good to go?
Oh, Joe, you got black screen there. There you go.
I don't see him.
I see you.
Oh, there he is. Okay, John.
Okay, I'm calling the meeting to order. We have a special guest holding the flag tonight. Jennifer Sack is going to hold the flag for the flag salute. So give her 1 second. She's going to come right here. She's a junior Girl Scout. So she's going to hold the flag up for the flag salute. Everyone please stand for the flag salute.
Yes, sir.
I pledge allegiance to
Allegiance
the flag of the United States of America
and
to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you. I'd like to have a moment of silence to remember the service and sacrifices of the armed service members who protect our nation and the first responders who protect our neighborhoods. I'd also like to add as well Alfred W. Noth, Al Noth's father, along with Evelyn Karpak, Billy Karpak's mother. Please take the roll call.
Councilman Brooks,
Here.
Councilwoman Brooks. Here. Councilman Friedlander,
Here.
Fritz,
Here.
Woman Noon,
Here.
Councilman Selberg,
Here.
Councilman Quinn,
Here.
Council Vice President Sackett.
Here. We have a quorum. Please be advised that all electronic remote meetings of the Township Council held on WebEx are recorded. Full and complete information concerning public attendance at all WebEx meetings is published on the Township website. All members of the public will be provided the opportunity to speak. Please be further advised that during any public meeting or open to the public sections of the meeting, the Township Clerk will send an unmute request to each member of the public and ask if they wish to speak. Once the Township Clerk has sent the unmute request, if you are attending the meeting by telephone, you'll be prompted to press *6 to mute yourself. And if you're attending the meeting using your computer, you'll receive a pop-up requesting that you unmute yourself. As per Rockaway Township Code 2-5.14, any person desiring to address the council shall first seek recognition by the presiding officer. And upon recognition by the chair, the person shall give their name and address for the record. Unless further time is granted by the council, they should limit their statement to 5 minutes. Statements shall be addressed to the council as a body and not any member thereof. A councilman shall not direct any question to a speaker addressing the council, except through the presiding officer. In addition to speaking on the record during council meetings, members of the public may submit questions and comments to the council by emailing questions@rockawaytownship.org by the end of the open to the public session. Number 4, notice of the meeting was sent to the Daily Record in the Star Ledger, the official newspapers for the Township of Rockaway on January 11th, 2022. Notice is posted on the official bulletin boards of Rockaway Township. Before we get to the ordinance to adopt, I just want to read a quick statement. In order to expedite the meeting and the council's business, under my authority as chair, I'm going to impose for this meeting the limit of 3 minutes for comment during the public portion of the meeting, and a time limit of 2 minutes for public comment on any ordinances. All public comment must be in accordance with the requirements of our administrative code. Going on to number 5, ordinances to adopt. Ordinance 22-01, amending Chapter 2, Administrative Code, Article 3, Section 2-5.14, addressing the council of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Rockaway, County of Morris, State of New Jersey. Do I have a motion?
Second it.
So we have Jack and Manny. Okay, let's please open to the public.
Let me do a roll call for the motion.
Let's go through the roll call.
Councilman Brooks,
I think you have to do the public first.
Lily, thank you. Okay. Then let's go to, are we going to go straight to the attendees?
Yes, let's go right to the public.
Al Cerullo, let me make sure I'm doing this right. This is changed in WebEx. So I'm clicking on the request where Al Cerullo, hear me? And can you
Yes,
respond?
nothing, thank you.
Thank you for responding so I can
Okay.
test this.
All righty.
Call-in user 3, you're unmuted. Carol L. Carol L., you're unmuted.
Okay, I'm here. Thank you.
Any comments?
No, thank you.
Lily, hold on one moment. You are unmuted.
Lily, any
Yeah.
comment?
Trying that again. Lily, you're unmuted. Michael Ilardi, you are unmuted. Michael? Sorry, I cut him off. I thought I didn't hear him responding. Michael, I'm going to unmute you again, which is going to be another mute, but you're going to have to pardon me. This is very different from how it was when I did a meeting 6 months ago. So I'm clicking unmute, and you need to, I guess, respond to that. Try that again.
I have nothing to say at this time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your response.
Thank you.
Mike Condon, you are unmuted if you accept the request. Mike Condon,
Nothing to say.
thank you. Patricia Degnan. Patricia Degnan.
No comment, thank you.
Ron Cleland.
No comment. No comment.
Thank you. Rudy Riverin. You're unmuted. Okay, Terry. I sent you an unmute request. Terry, any comment? William Degnan. Oh wait, Terry, you're still unmuted. Go ahead.
No, thank you. No comment.
All right, William Degnan, I'm sending you the request. William Degnan, I'm going to try that again because Terry was still on unmute.
No comment, thank you.
And let me just make sure there was a call-in user 5 and they dropped from the list. So I had sent them the unmute request and so we got everybody. Council Vice President.
There's no one else on there.
Correct.
You got everybody.
Correct. Yeah.
Brian, was there any email sent in? Brian Coward?
No, there are not.
Thank you.
And there were none sent to the clerk's email.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion from the council to close the public comment. Can I have a motion for this?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Take the roll call, please, for closing public comment section.
Who seconded that, please? It was Manny.
Adam? It was Adam.
Paul,
Jonathan?
Yes.
Wasn't that for the ordinance? Weren't we questioning people on the ordinance? That wasn't the public session.
Yeah, no, I was closing the, taking a motion to close the public comment session.
We need a motion for that?
For the ordinance?
Well,
For the ordinance?
On the ordinance.
On the ordinance.
To close the public session before we went to the council.
That's appropriate.
Thank you.
So I am taking a roll call that we're not going to do council discussion first. We'll do the roll.
No, we're
call
closing
first.
the public session before we do council discussion.
Thank you. Thank you. Roll call, Councilman Brooks.
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks.
Yes.
Councilman Friedlander.
Yes.
Councilman Kritz.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon.
Yes.
Councilman Selberg.
Yes.
Councilman Quinn.
Yes.
Council Vice President Sackett.
Yes. Okay, now we'll open it up to the council for any discussion, 2 minutes per council member. Do you have any questions or anything on this ordinance? Anybody? Okay, could we take the roll call, please, Liz?
And this is a roll call to adopt ordinance 21-01.
That is correct. That is correct.
All right. May I ask our lawyer if we need another motion and second for the adoption, because that last motion and second was for the roll call, although we did have the original motion from Jack and Manny. Are those?
Yeah, we already have the motion.
You have the motion. You can proceed to a vote.
That's our motion for the adoption. Thank you. Okay, so the roll call for the adoption. Councilman Brooks.
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks.
Yes.
Councilman Friedlander.
Yes.
Councilman Kritz.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon.
Yes.
Councilman Selberg.
Yes.
Councilman Quinn.
Yes.
Council Vice President Sackett.
Yes, that's 8 yeses, 0 nos. Motion passes. Moving on to ordinance 22-0-2, amending chapter 7, traffic, article 6, parking, section 7-6.2, parking prohibited during a state of emergency. the revised general ordinances of the Township of Rockaway, County of Morris, State of New Jersey. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make the
So
motion.
move.
Second.
So Manny and Mary. We open that to the public, please. Actually, let's take the roll call. Then we'll open it up.
Where's public comment first?
Yeah, public comment.
Let's go to
first.
public comment first.
Yeah.
Mhm.
El Cerullo,
Yeah, nothing, thank you.
Carol L.
Nothing, thanks. It might be easier. I don't know if you can do it, but just have everyone type in the chat whether we have any comment or not. It might speed things along for you guys.
We have to go through each one, and unfortunately, believe me, I checked.
Jim Waters,
You hear me?
yes.
Thank you.
Do you have a comment, Mr. Waters?
No comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Lily Sweet, I'll assume no comment if you're not going to accept the, oh, there you go.
No comment, thank you.
Michael Ilardi, get you the request. There you go.
Nothing on this ordinance.
Mike Condon. Mike Condon, you're on unmute.
No comment.
Thank you. Pat Degnan,
No comment.
Patrick. Patrick. Ron Cleland,
No comment.
Rudy Riverin,
No comment.
Terry. Terry, you're on unmute.
No comment.
Yep. William Degnan,
No comment.
that's everyone, Council Vice President.
Council Vice President,
Yes.
to close the public session, it might be more expeditious of time if you just made a motion to close the public session by acclamation, just taking a show of hands as to closing the public session. You won't have to go through the whole roll call.
Okay, thank you. Was there any emails on this ordinance, Ryan?
No, none received.
In the clerk's office, anything? Okay, so just like town attorney just said, make a motion by public acclamation instead of having to go through everyone to close the public session by a show of hands. We're good, Liz? Okay, good, thank you. Okay, let's move on to any council discussion on ordinance 22-02, 2 minutes per council member. If there's any discussion.
Nope.
Nothing? Okay, can you take the roll call, please?
And just to make sure, nobody needed to be unmuted in order to be part of that discussion for council, right? Because you're all panelists.
Yes, correct. That is correct. They can unmute themselves.
Just double checking. All right, roll call. Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Kritz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Sailberg,
Yes.
Councilman Quinn,
Yes.
Council Vice President Sackett.
Yes, that's eight yeses. Motion carries. Moving on to ordinance 22-03. Ordinance fixing the salaries of various officials and non-contractual employees of the Township of Rockaway and the County of Morris. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Jack? A second?
Second.
Mary? Please open it up to the public. Can we open to the public, please, clerk? Thank you.
Let me get the, Carol L., you have an unmute request sent?
Nothing to say, thanks.
Jim Waters,
Yes, no comment, thank you.
Lily,
No comment on this ordinance.
thank you. Michael Alardi,
No comment on this ordinance.
Mike Condon,
No comment.
Patricia Degnan, Patricia Degnan,
No comment.
Patrick,
No comment, thank you.
Ron Cleland,
No comment.
Rudy Riverin,
No comment.
Terry,
No comment.
William Degnan,
No comment.
that's everyone, Council Vice President Sackett.
Thank you. Any emails in the clerk's office? Any emails, Brian?
Unreceived to the admin account.
Thank you, thank you. And once again, by acclamation, can we have show of hands to close the public? We got everybody, Liz? I can't see everybody as good as you.
Yeah, let's see, we're good, thank you.
Okay. And I'll open it up to the council for any discussion, 2 minutes as well. If you have anything, just mute yourself. Okay, no comment. Could please take the roll call?
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Kritz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Sailberg,
Yes.
Councilman Quinn,
Yes.
Council Vice President Sackett.
Yes, that's 8 yeses. Motion carries. Ordinance 22-04, an ordinance fixing the salaries of various officials and contractual employees of the Township of Rockaway and the County of Morris. Okay, please have a motion.
So moved.
Jack?
Second.
Howard?
Yes.
Thank you. Please open to the public.
L,
Sorry, no comment.
Jim Waters,
No comment, thank you.
Lily,
No comment on this ordinance.
Michael Alardi,
No comment, but there's gotta be a better way to run a meeting than this.
I agree, Mike. I asked. We got to go back to in person soon.
Mike Condon,
Comment.
Tricia Degnan,
No comment, thank you.
Patrick,
No comment, thank you.
Von Cleland,
No comment.
Rudy Riverin,
No comment, thank you.
Terry,
No, thank you.
William Degnan,
No comment, thank you.
that's everyone.
Have we received any emails? Brian, any emails?
Unreceived.
Okay, by show of hands, closing the open to the public again, one more time. And we'll go to the council, 2 minutes per council member. Any comments on this ordinance? Okay, please take the roll call.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Kritz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Salberg, Councilman Quinn,
Yes.
Vice President Sackett.
Yes, it's 8 yeses. Motion carries. Next, moving on, number 6, open to the public.
Going straight through all the attendees first.
Yes.
Carol L,
No comment.
Jim Waters,
I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank former Mayor Mike Puzio for all of his service, both as a councilperson, the Board of Ed, and as the mayor of the township for the last several years. And also to wish Acting Mayor Joe Jackson best of all possible outcomes going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Lily, go ahead, Lily.
No comment, thank you.
Michael Alardi,
Yeah, Michael Alardi, 19 North Brookside Drive. I brought this up several times in the past regarding the blind spots in White Meadow Lake, the corner of North Brookside Drive and Algonquin. There's an evergreen bush there that it's a bad intersection anyway. There should be a stop line. But that bush adds to the problem with cars coming into the intersection before they stop. And on Old Middletown and West Lakeshore Drive. Allison was nice enough to drive around and saw those about 6 weeks ago when she was out to the White Meadow Lake for another issue. She did look at those intersections and, you know, I'm sure she can comment on them that they need to be addressed, but it's been 6 weeks. I mean, a simple knock on the door to those two residents to have those bushes, removed would solve a dangerous situation, which is just waiting for an accident to happen. And I don't want to get to the point where there's an accident and I can come on and say, I told you so. I'd rather get these things taken care of. It's been, an ongoing issue for many, many, many months that it's been brought to this meeting. And I'm glad to hear Jonathan say that we're going back to in-person soon. And I look forward to that. And hopefully it goes back to a little bit later so people can have an opportunity to get home from work and eat and get to a meeting. That's all I have now. Thank you. And I want to thank Allison for coming out that day and looking at it.
Thank you, Mike. I was actually thinking about making the meetings a little earlier, like 4:30. Eat dinner afterwards. So let's see if we could check into that. Maybe follow up. We'll follow up maybe with Allison. Check into that issue, please. Next.
Mike Condon.
Comment.
Tricia Degnan.
Patricia Degnan, 88 Valley View Drive. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish the council and all the township employees a happy and healthy new year. And a thank you to Mayor Mike Puzio for him, and good luck to all the new council people. Thank you.
Patrick.
Yes, Patrick Egan, 59 Lennox Road, Rockaway. I'd also just like to take this opportunity to congratulate former Mayor Puzio on his new ventures and thank him for navigating the waters in this township for the last few years. I also want to thank the current council as well as Acting Mayor Jackson on a great new year here, and looking forward to great things in this town. Thank you all.
Thank you, Patrick.
Ron Cleland.
No comment.
Rudy Riverin.
No comment, thank you.
Terry.
No comment.
William Degnan.
Would like to wish the new council a happy and healthy new year, and I have to also thank Mike Puzio.
William, just your address for the record, please.
88 Valley View Drive, Rockaway, New Jersey.
Thank you.
I would like to thank this council for working so hard on Peterson Field, looking for great new things that come up with everything that former Mayor Puzio did with the basketball courts. It's really good to see the town working on fixing up some old fields and new things for the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's everyone.
Did you receive any emails? The clerk's office?
No.
Ryan, did you receive any emails for open to the public?
None received.
Thank you. Moving on to number 7, consent agenda, R22-01 and R22-29. Do you have a motion?
Make that motion.
Thank you, Adam. Who was the second? Doug?
Yeah.
Thanks, Doug. Please take the roll call.
Councilman Brooks.
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks.
Yes.
Councilman Friedlander. Councilman Friedlander, did I? There?
Manny, I didn't hear you.
Give him a thumbs up or down, Manny.
Yeah, where you at?
Yes, yes.
There we go.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Kritz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Salberg,
Yes.
Quinn,
Yes.
Vice President Sackett,
Yes, that's 8 yeses. Consent agenda passes. Moving on to number 8. Mayor's appointments with advice and consent of the council. Citizens Recreation Committee, 1-year term, 12/31/22. John Lombardo, Thomas J. Warner. Have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Annie?
Second.
Howard? Please take the roll call.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Kritz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Salberg,
Yes.
Councilman Quinn,
Yes.
Vice President Sackett,
Yes, that's 8 yeses. Congratulations. And moving on to number 9, old business, new business, and reports. We'll have 10 minutes each per council member. And we'll start with Councilman Brooks.
Thank you, Council Vice President. Just wanted to commend the road department on the work they did with the previous storm. I know ice is generally the worst to deal with, so they did a good job on that. Also, just glad the kids are back in school and looking forward to the spring coming up. And also with the new project at Peterson coming up, looking forward to that and kicking that off soon. And that is it for my reports.
Councilman Brooks, let's go to Councilman Kritz.
I want to second the road department's job with the snow. Always a top-notch job. I mean, up at the, whenever it needs to be done, day or night. So good job there. I want to continue to give some kudos to the Board of Education for the job they're doing balancing the issues that we're seeing. I know every day it changes. And again, asking for people to be patient. Again, these are not easy decisions for them. I have 4 kids in the school system, so I feel it. I feel the delayed openings, that happens today, but they're done for a reason. So let's continue to show some understanding and appreciation for what the Board of Ed is doing. I want to thank former Mayor Puzio for his partnership these last couple of years. It was a pleasure to serve with him. You won't find many that has his passion for this town. So I wanted to thank him, and along those notes, we couldn't be luckier to have temporarily, at least, acting Mayor Jackson stepping into the role. Looking forward to what we can accomplish here. So good luck to you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, former Mayor. That's it.
Howard, moving on to Councilman Quinn.
Thank you. The planning board reorged, and the planning board gave Commons Way an approval for a monument sign at the Green Pond Road entrance to Commons Way. The Recreation Committee reorged, and new assignments will be given out at the next meeting, and welcomed all the new members. And now I see we have 2 more, so that's nice. We're getting a full complement there. And the Rec Committee has also asked me to ask everyone, please, if you want to, please volunteer to help coach in these programs. They're in dire need of getting people in there to help. It's a great way to spend time with your kids if your kids are involved. That's how we all got involved eventually, and still involved. So please do it. And I'd like to also say, yes, just like everybody else, the DPW does a heck of a job in Rockaway Township and throughout the state. You're not going to find a better group of guys dealing with the amount of work they got to do on these roads. I bless them every time they do their job. And again, I'll go along with everybody else. I wish former Mayor Puzio great success in his future endeavors, and looking forward to working with this council on the upkeep and updating of Peterson Field and moving on to the next project. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Councilman Quinn. Moving on to Councilwoman Brooks.
Thank you. I'd just like to say that tomorrow there's a Board of Education meeting. They will be hearing from anyone who has put in to fill the vacancy. So if anyone would like to tune in, they do a hybrid model. You could physically go in person, you can watch, and you can participate via Zoom. There's instructions and directions on how to do all of that on their website. Also, again, no one can say it enough. DPW does an excellent job. I had no issues getting in or out today or yesterday, which was pretty great. And last but not least, I was able to help a few neighbors. They were a little confused on how to participate, not to participate. I had one neighbor, they log into the meeting, but they just want to watch. So I explained to them that we actually have a YouTube channel that streams the meeting, that if you would like to log into the actual meeting, everyone is more than welcome to do so. But you know, if you don't have a comment and you just want to be an observer and just kind of sit in the chair, if you will, you can just do that by watching on YouTube. So a few neighbors were happy to hear that. The one neighbor said, "Oh, great, they're always yelling my name and I don't say anything." So yeah, just a heads up, there's technically two ways to participate. You can just stream it and watch, or you can log in and participate if you so choose. But whatever you choose to do is cool. But that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Brooks. And moving on to Councilwoman Noon.
Yes, good evening. Just wanted to ditto on the DPW. Excellent job. But even though they do an excellent job, it still is very cold out there, and just be careful of black ice, and everyone stay safe. And ditto also for former Mayor Puzio. I had a pleasure of working with him and look forward to what 2022 brings. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Noon. Moving on to Councilman Friedlander.
Yes, good evening. With the change in our scheduling for township meetings, I have no committee reports. Everyone starts tomorrow and finishes next week, so it'll be a heavy report next month. I just want to thank the business administration for reaching out to traffic. I know there were some speeding issues in the lake that were taken care of immediately. I want to thank them for helping out. Again, my kudos to the DPW for, I know it was only a small storm, but they do a hell of a job. And again, I just want to say that I will miss the former mayor, Mike Puzio. I've known him, I've worked with him on the council. I've been with him with the Board of Ed. I probably know him the longest, over 30 years, and he will be sorely missed. So good luck, Mike, on your future. And good luck on the present council, temporary mayor, Mr. Jackson. I never thought this would happen again, but life throws you curves, and we gotta live with it and do the best we can. So good luck to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Friedlander. Councilman Sahlberg.
Thank you. Again, thank you, DPW, for keeping our residents safe. Looks like we might be at bat again this weekend. So everybody stay safe out there, and on possibly a cold, icy weekend. As everyone's saying, again, can't thank former Mayor Mike Puzio, not only a friend, but got me involved in public service, and I thank him immensely for that. And of course, good luck, Mayor Jackson. I know that, again, this is going to set the course for some very positive things coming forward. And Council Vice President, I want to thank you for recognizing Evelyn Karpak in our moment of silence. I did just want to take a second. She really was a very special woman for those that knew her. For those of us up here in Hibernia, especially that are married to some of the old time families, she was an absolute fixture and a part of daily life. Evelyn was a librarian at KDM, a member of Ladies Auxiliary, Company One, regular fixture every election day at the voting booths, always involved in our Sons of Norway Norbu Lodge, as well as on the Norbu Bowling League. Every summer, we brought the kids up to Land of the Vikings, and Evie was always there to take care of the kids over the summer. So thank you for recognizing a wonderful life, and please take your thoughts out for Evie and her surviving family. Moving on to business. As far as our county commissioners go, no news on 2022 budget yet on the heels of their 2021 $320 million budget. But what they did announce is a 5-year, $67 million capital spending plan, which does have us included in some road improvements, continuing to improve about another 2.5 miles on Green Pond. The $67 million is going to be going towards roads, bridges, $4.1 million going to new voting machines, which will be available for the 2022 primary, IT upgrades, park system upgrades. It can all be found on their website. There are a lot of exciting things that they have planned, not only for Rockaway, but for the entire county. So, definitely recommend everybody take a look at that. Looks like a very promising, aggressive program. Beyond that, nothing else to report. Stay safe. Again, while, as it's already been said, obviously we'd love to be face-to-face. We'd love to get things back where they were. Omicron is real. Omicron is 800,000 a day being hospitalized across the country. So please stay safe and be smart. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Sahlberg. To my report, just if the administration could follow up with what Michael Lardy had mentioned about the couple of blind spots in White Meadow Lake, and definitely, yes, what Adam had said with the COVID and the Omicron, definitely want safety first, always. And but we'll be back soon. Do I know when? No, but hopefully soon. Miss seeing everybody live in person. Definitely makes it a lot easier as well. Don't forget, I know a lot of people at DPW, great job. Don't forget to check on some of your elderly neighbors with cold spells going on. Also, there's a lot of black ice. I seen a couple people fall today, myself included. So it's very slippery out there. So be very careful. Keep an eye on the little ones. Sometimes I saw a little kid fall, almost went under a bus today. So just got to be very careful with the black ice out there. So I just wanted to mention that. Also, just wanted to mention Michael Puzio as well. I met Michael my first day on the job, January 1st, 2018. Was at the fire department swearing in, my first day on the job as a councilman, and didn't really know anyone on council. Myself being a newcomer in politics in Rockaway. And Mike came right up to me, introduced himself, and we've been friends ever since. So I'm gonna miss him at the meetings. He was always great to talk to with various things. He did a great job, no matter what it was. He tackled it heads on, smile on his face, and he'd get back to you with answers. He took his job very seriously. I don't know if he was appreciated a lot. Sometimes that type of job, it's hard. A town like Rockaway, everyone knows Rockaway Township is a huge town. And Mike always had a regular full-time job, and he'd be at town hall nights, weekends, a lot of time away from his family, putting really extra work in. And I truly, I know he's listening, probably listening on YouTube. So Mike, I just wanted to thank you once again for doing a great job as mayor from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. To administration, we have the interim mayor, Joe Jackson. Are you on?
Yeah, I am. Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, Joe. How are you?
Thanks for your time. Hey, a couple things I just wanted to go through. Number one, condolences to Al for losing his father. It's never easy to lose a parent, no matter the circumstances. And I want to give my condolences to Billy Karpak. I've known Bill for over 15 years. I coached his son Ryan in football. So I wanted to give him my condolences. In terms of Mayor Puzio, Mike and I kind of grew up together on the Board of Ed, working together, and it was a natural fit when I came on the council. Mike and I didn't always agree on everything. Nobody ever does. We didn't agree on everything, but we were always able to come to a mutual ground and work together to get results. And I think somebody said it. You're not going to meet too many people that care more about Rockaway Township than Mike and his wife Michelle. And thanks to her, I think people forget public servants like Mike, the family sacrifices the most. So, Michelle and Michael and Tyler, thank you for your sacrifice and letting your father all these years commit his time. In terms of the township business, I'll be meeting over the next couple of days with department heads and different areas within the township to make sure and be apprised of any outstanding projects or anything going on, so that we ensure that there's nothing lost or missed during this transitional period. So I'll be working closely with Mrs. Seeger and the directors to make sure all those things happen. So with that said, I don't think Pat's going to speak, but I'll turn it over to Mr. Yachafano.
He had left the meeting already.
So I guess Brian, I don't know if Brian
Perone?
has.
Carl Perone, does Carl have anything to add? Carl?
He's muted, it looks like. He's in as a...
I just want to wish Joe Jackson luck in his new position, and I want to thank Mike Puzio. It was probably one of the greatest experiences that I've had as an attorney to work with Mike, and I'm sure it'll be the same with Joe.
Thank you. Let's see, Mr. Coward, Brian, any report?
Oh, nothing tonight. Just looking forward to working with everyone.
Thank you. Allison, any report?
Looking forward to working with everybody for 2022. Not much going on, relatively slow in construction, engineering, and planning, but this is the lull before the spring and summer construction season. And as other council members had made mention, we are looking to kick off the turf field at Peterson with a pre-construction meeting this week. So looking forward to working with everybody on that. And if you have any questions, contact Dave Dyer.
Thank you. Let's go on. Dave Dyer, anything to report?
Good evening. I'm looking forward to 22 as well. I think it's going to be a great year. Winter sports are in full swing. COVID's, these coaches and players are having a tough go, but they're making the best of it. And spring sports, a lot of the spring sports, lacrosse, baseball, soccer, all the registrations are up on the website. So spring is here. And once again, it's going to be a great 22. Thanks.
Thank you, Dave. Jeff, anything to report?
Yes, thank you, Council Vice President. Fire Department 2021, the Fire Department answered 440 calls. Our volunteer EMS answered 489 calls. With the congratulations to DPW for their snow removal efforts. The fire department is also gearing up for their ice rescue training drills in the lake communities. So if you want to go out and see him, I know Manny likes to stop by and see the men and women out at White Meadow Lake. So they'll be out there. As many people may know, there's been a couple big fires in the area. Passaic had an 11-alarm fire. White Meadow Lake had requested an engine to respond to standby for Passaic firemen while they were working at that major fire. And they actually ran 2 calls in the city of Passaic over the weekend. Earlier this month, Parsippany had a strip mall fire. Hibernia's air truck went to support those firefighters. So Rockaway Township Fire Department is answering the call of duty. For fire prevention in 2021, we issued 594 smoke detector certificates, which are part of the resale of homes in the township. So a lot of people left Rockaway Township and a lot of people came into Rockaway Township. And The inspectors and I completed 577 business inspections last year. We look forward to doing that and more this year. Best wishes to everybody in 2022. Thank you.
You, Lisa Palmieri?
Yes, just wanted to let everyone know our auditors will be here next week, and they'll be working with myself and my staff to complete the annual financial statement as well as our annual debt statement. And we hope to have all that completed by the beginning of February. Also, our tax collector completed her year-end reports, and she closed out with a collection rate of 98%, which is actually slightly down from last year, but it's still an excellent percentage of collection. Our assessor is also working on year-end reports, and I expect to have our net valuation taxable by the end of the month, which will enable me to complete the budget document for 2022. We'll submit that to the mayor and go over that together with him, and then submit it to council. And I look forward to working with everyone in 2022. Thank you.
You, we have the chief on.
Yes, we do. Good evening to everyone. I'd like to wish you all good luck in the year 2022 to everyone assuming new positions and those that are staying with us in their old positions. As an update to the police department, we have 5 new officers that have joined the ranks of the department for this year. 4 of those officers are already the PTC trained and are currently undergoing their field training, in that they're learning the roads and the policies and procedures of the township. Our 5th officer is preparing to attend the Morris County Public Safety Academy, which unfortunately has been delayed for 2 weeks due to COVID restrictions. In regards to this past weekend, when we received the information regarding the Coleyville, Texas synagogue hostage incident, we immediately implemented increased the security checks of the Shabbat temple and school, as well as the White Meadow Lake Temple. Even though there was no credible threats directed at any religious institutes in New Jersey, we felt that, being on guard and looking out for the parishioners and informing the rabbis that, we had their back and that we were looking out for their safety. So thankfully that incident ended with no innocent people being injured. And once again, there's no credible threats currently in New Jersey. In regards to the recent winter storm, the department handled several minor motor vehicle accidents and several assists to stranded motorists. Thankfully, even though the weather was treacherous, there was no serious injuries experienced in the township. As a reminder, Rockaway Township PAL Challenger Basketball has started again this year, and it occurs every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Stony Brook School Gym. Currently, COVID-19 precautions are required, but everyone's encouraged to attend and either participate or just root on our Challenger athletes. In closing, I'd just like to wish former Mayor Mike Puzio well in his future pursuits. It was a pleasure dealing with him for the past several years, and I knew him for many years before that as a law enforcement professional. So Mike, Godspeed. And that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Chief, and last we have Al Noth.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to say thank you for everyone for all your kind words. It's been a rough week. We're apparently just getting through it. But DPW did a terrific job with the snow/ice storm. I would rather have a foot of snow than ice any day, to say the least. But we have a very green crew this year, and they did a really good job. They spent a lot of time getting everything ready and everyone's safe for all the motorists. Water department is actively updating and starting new projects for our water system to keep us in compliance. Dave and his crew are doing a lot of maintenance to the machines so they're ready for the springtime. And I just want to remind everyone that we have recycling makeup days the next couple of days because of last week. The recycling vendor that we take our material to get processed was down for 4 days. So that really put us behind the 8 ball, but we'll be taking care of the public starting tomorrow with makeup days. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Al, and thank you for being on here during these tough times. Anyone like to make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Good. Jack, and who was the other person? I couldn't hear.
Well, I'll say it then.
Manny? Everyone raise your hand if we're good to go. Meeting's adjourned. Next meeting will be February 8th. Thank you. You can stop the
All right,
recording.
thank you. Have a great night all.
Stay
Stay
well.
well.
Thank you, guys.